Yes, good morning to you. And mourners have started arriving here at St. George's Cathedral in Cape Town, just outside on the steps of the cathedral. We have members of the Azanian People's Organisation. They are clad in their yellow T-shirts, and they're here to pay their respects to someone who has been described as a fearless leader in the fight against oppression and apartheid in South Africa. Now, let me bring in here Dr. Mamphela Ramphele. She has described herself as a close friend and comrade of the late, as he was known, P.C. Jones. Ma'am, a very warm good morning to you. So you said to me just now that your history, your time span goes all the way back to the 1970s with the late P.C. Jones, and we know that he passed away last month in February at the age of 72. Let us talk a bit about your relationship with him and also the relationship then in the fight against oppression and apartheid.
Peter was the kind of man who committed himself to the liberation struggle of this country. When we started the Black Consciousness movement in the late 60s, he joined in the 70s as a young man from a very poor family in the Western Cape, and he was the driving force of the establishment of the Black Consciousness movement in all its formations, including the practical manifestation thereof in the form of projects or that would give people a sense of the possibilities that we can only liberate ourselves if we love ourselves, we proudly self-identify as Black people, and we work in solidarity with one another. And Peter stayed the course right up to his last breath.
He was arrested with the father of Black Consciousness, Steve Biko, and we understand from history will tell us that he had only learnt of Mr. Biko's death while he was still in incarceration. What is the legacy of someone like P.C. Jones, having shared that history with people like yourself, with people like Steve Biko, with all the big names in terms of that ongoing fight for the South, for freedom and for consciousness?
Peter's greatest legacy is to show that each one of us have a role to play, and that role is to liberate ourselves, to liberate our communities, and to liberate the country. And it is that unfinished business which we, as those who love and revere Peter, have to take forward. His legacy teaches us that you never give up until the job is done. The job of liberating this country from the oppression of racism, sexism, and manufactured poverty is not done. It is our role as Peter's peers and children and grandchildren to take it forward. His legacy is that of a man who lived his principles and stayed the course.
Doctor, thank you very much for your time this morning, speaking to us ahead of this official commemoration service for P.C. Jones, as he's known. Thank you very much, Dr. Mamphela Ramphele. So just a word there then from one of the mourners, a comrade, a fellow Black Consciousness a member and leader, Dr. Mamphela Ramphele, speaking to us there ahead of this official commemoration service for the late Peter Cyril Jones, who passed away at his Pringle Bay home on the 14th of February, this of course at the age of 72 years old, after having suffered a stroke in the years before.